Hey, back here. Woo-hoo. I think, was there a reason I came back here? Hold on. It's been a few days. Find Idiot Doom Spy, Rose Jacket, Spirit Eternal. Get 2 signatures. Ask about Ruby. It's a bit classy as boy. Okay. Okay. I know what I want to do. I want to talk to everyone on the other side of town. And travel here. Look at that. Amazing. It's exactly who I wanted to talk to as well. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering.
The old woman still hums her unknown song. She opens her eyes to acknowledge your presence.
I said this, right?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her selfie thumb points to the building behind her. Don't know if I can afford another place to stay.
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on, you're just giving it to me? I'm not sure it's appropriate for the RCM to accept free accommodations. There's this guy, Guard, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. Let's say that one.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside, so we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
She looks around. Wait, why isn't anyone using the room? One more time. I can just have the room? You got yourself a tenant. Get keys. Okay, wait. Why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
One more time.
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
She nods and looks at the shack. It would help me to... What's it say? It would help me stay in touch with the proletariat. Nod. This could be the first chapter of my Rags to Riches memoir. Now this is real River Sholian hospitality. That guard must be half kit or something. Oh no. Unfortunate that incremental development hasn't elevated this neighborhood yet. I see potential here. Proletariat. Oh.
Proletariat.
Proletariat. The class of people who do unskilled jobs in industry and own little or no property.
Proletariat.
Proletariat.
You best not be plotting another revolution under my roof. We barely got through the last one. But the room, do you want it?
You got yourself a tenant. Get the keys to your new home.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
A key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He looks around and adds,
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking. Yum yum. It's not a shack, nor a room, nor a lodging. It's a spiral staircase disappearing into bliss. Empty bottles on the floor. Maybe some baggies.
What is in this fishing village? What's further down the coast? Did I not say all the...
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
There's got to be something here. Tell me.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
She waves her hand southwest.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
The pox, what's that?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain.
She looks toward the buildings to the south.
After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
She tightens the scarf around her neck. Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they're away right now.
She nods her head across the courtyard.
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
I met Lillian and her kids already.
Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
I think I also met the drunks.
I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are.
Nature keeps them in rotation. That's crazy. Is there a way to make a little money around here?
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
She lets out a dry chortle.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find.
Alright. There's another topic I'd like to address.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
She replies and wipes her forehead. Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile and smells the air.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She frowns.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
I get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. Huh. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the case. A Rusalka or a half-demonic Apsara singing.
What else is on down coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Which is it then? Apartments or electrical plant? That sounds rude.
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
Who'd want to come to the fish market? Who'd want to come to a fish market here? That's it. There's got to be more along the coast.
No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else.
After a long pause, she adds,
Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
"Now, what catch we do and go straight to? I see. That's it. There's got to be more along the coast."
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible.
Nothing is impossible, surely.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant W. Freighter Harriet Dubois. You can call me Tequila Sunset.
Why would I do that? That's a fool's name. Are you a fool? Don't ridicule yourself before an old woman, officer. It's undignified.
A bony finger raises before you can speak.
Like the hag can tell the difference between fool and cool? Come on. As far as names go, Tequila Sunset is dangerously cool.
Okay. Do you know anything about a lost jacket?
What do you want with a lost jacket?
That's an excellent question, ma'am.
I remember this. There's honor in retrieving lost things.
Aye. Laundry fetchers are some of the most honorable people I know.
Her smile gleams like a freshly honed knife.
Are you getting a reward for it at least?
No.
What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge? Do you not have anything better to do?
In fact, he does.
The lieutenant glances at his watch.
None of my business, either way. How you spend your hours is up to you. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That
Goodbye.
girl's got a way of attracting lost and broken things.
Goodbye. I'm off.
Honorable One, you have accumulated a substantial amount of honor points on your life path. You are a man most virtuous.
Wait, there were honor points? I only try my best. It's the most any of us can do. Hold your horses. This is a mistake. Honor is meaningless to me.
Oh, the modesty on this one. Another 10 honor points for you, sir. You are on the fast track to becoming one of the rarest, most revered of all police officers, an honor cop.
My honor is my life. I'll say that. Isn't honor sort of an archaic concept? I don't want this. I really don't care about honor at all. So my honor is my life.
Yes, your deeds are spoken for you, Honorable One. But to fully drape oneself in an eternal cloak of honor, a ritual must be completed. A rite of honor. Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy. But you, O Honorable One, have excelled in honor. Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know oneself, to know one's honor, one must reach deep within oneself and touch one's honor. You need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand, to your rectum
Whoa.
and stick it in there to form the Arch of Honors.
What? I don't know. Just like that? Outside? What about me? Oh, jeez. All I ever wanted was to live with dignity. To die with honor. Stick your thumb in your ass. You're crazy if you think I'm just going to stick a finger in my ass. No way. Let's say this one.
People will be in awe, admiring a police officer most honorable, in a sacred ritual of uttermost righteousness.
But everyone in my head is just crazy. Nah.
Most dishonorable are those who have known honor, carried honor in their hearts, and then disowned honor. They are the honor fallen. You brought much shame on your family today. Your name will forever be tarnished by this most shameful of deeds. Be forever banished, shameful one.
No way.
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack door with the key.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement and look for any signs of Ruby. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling and Rise for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
So I got a place to stay for free. Now that is what I'm talking about. And it don't look too bad in here. You see the waves, the sea, a church. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching, and almanac from 39. The floorboards creak under your step. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum.
Listen.
The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
What's that, little me? My new hangout, where I could silently sit, drink, and die while looking at the waves roll in. My forward base for the coastal part of the operation. It's free, that's good enough. I could live here. A possible resting spot for my fugitive is what it is. Looks like this is my new home. Wonder where the old one went. Say this. A possible resting spot.
Waves crash onto the beach, drowning the reeds. Far to the south, a congregation gathers to a soup kitchen in a shelter for the homeless. An old woman gives out knitted scarves for free. Far to the southeast, 2 men and a woman dress themselves in ceramic armor. A shortwave radio hisses on the windowsill. One makes a salute, the other downs a drink. Weapons under the bed. A middle-aged man stands in a rundown shack on the edge of a fishing village. Nothing nods. No one salutes him. No sight of the fugitive.
This feels like a cozy hideout. Thank you, strange sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Whoa. There's stuff in here. Jeez, Korojev jacket.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is, without the expression. It's just hairy.
What's this?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Hand-eye coordination. Okay, let's get suited. And booted. Let me see how this feels. Oh, I don't like it. This jacket is different to this jacket. Good fall in. This swanky checkered jacket flatters your form in a way that makes you feel the fun kind of serious. It has really nice roomy pockets too. Don't use them. Don't you dare use those pockets. Sheesh. Is that it? Is that all I have for hand-eye? That cannot be right. I refuse. Really? Am I already wearing one? No. So Motorix, we'll probably pop that now. Oh, where is hand-eye? Let's put a point in here. What? Oh! Wait, that was wrong, Revert. Is it a white check? I'm supposed to try first.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand. Your hand trembles as you scratch your cheek.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's not how a grown man shaves.
This isn't sharp enough. Scrape harder. Leave it for now.
Thank God, I would have cut your throat.
Oh my
The
God.
centipede is exaggerating. People don't actually cut their own throats when they're shaving. At least, not accidentally.
Bing.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror.
Now
A straight
I'm
razor
popping
soaks
the
inside the wash basin.
now I'm gonna pop the drugs. 72.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you used a small mirror and a straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Feel your clean-shaven cheeks. Hope this was the right decision.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. You don't have a face anymore. It's all baby ass now.
Baby ass. Was shaving the right cool? Let's leave.
On the table,
Whoops. Let's take a look at the mirror.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it.
Nothing. Do I have encyclopedia gears? The question. I have the hat. Wait. What's this? Nah. Down, da, down. Down, da, down. See what's underneath here.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here? Search through the sand and sawdust. What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
A bullet. Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Oh shit, you think it's one bullet to blow her brains out? That's crazy. I hope not. I found your last result.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under your floorboards? Under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
Bullet?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
She shakes her head. You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag. After a long silence, her hand moves into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
A wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday. Is the room exactly as she left it? What is she like, Ruby? Why do you think she left the bullet there? I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior? What is she like, Ruby?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
She rubs her cold hands together.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
You said she left on Monday. Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
The truth, sire.
You said she left on Monday.
yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back towards her shack, thinking,
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Do tell.
A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. On second thought, I'd rather not say. It's not something I want to think about.
That bad? Is it?
Let's say I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
She shakes her head. I didn't say it because of the omen. The seagull omen. Obviously a bad omen.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
But you don't know the super cup. Her tone is without malice.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go then, but that place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack. Wipe your brow. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Let's say this.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here, get a nice cozy fire going in the heater.
She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
Goodbye, I'm off.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
She might be a murderer. No. Did I go in here? Yes. Just a little girl. My saves.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around.
Okay, so I definitely went through this. I think
More winding
issues with my
coastlines lined
save.
with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles, grey and red forgotten city blocks, what remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. The waters turn black, coal city in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town, back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet. Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume,
The Royale?
where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
That's where Kuno said he's gonna go.
Yes, to peel the gold off with his fingernails.
What's that? Less direct?
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safre and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard.
Wipe the snow from your shoulders.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism.
I forgot all this anyway, so.
Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout. in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
And further?
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. You've heard about it. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood.
It's in the south. North?
The abandoned church, one of two remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution.
And further north.
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the inlets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection. Way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet.
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that? Before the curtains are drawn?
The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Morien, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still...
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south?
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
Look around.
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back.
Where's
the sand
Ruby?
under your near. Snow falls into dark water. She prays, though she doesn't believe. There is a hum in the air. That's all.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands. Wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
Stomp your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
Okay. I was just trying to come over here. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water. You. So I definitely screwed up my saves. I had to replay some, but I didn't do it all. And it's been a while, so it's confusing. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. A school of fish huddle around the fence post and scatter into the dark. I can hear the music a little bit. Damn, it's cold outside. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Balancing stuff. Painted with pastel, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. The frequency can't be that low. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. We've heard this, I think, on the main menu. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours. Oh, get to push this down.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar against a cool breeze. Push the Eternite over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The lieutenant gestures towards the young woman next to the tent. Telling me I can go in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Definitely will need to chill now though. This game's too relaxed.